Area is where you would enter the Vale. And to the right, you have the community garden with some benches where they can sit, pick flowers. Charmy's windmill is near his house here, along with Cindy. They're next to each other, and Cindy's pumpkin patch is also in the community garden. And their shared pumpkin carriage is behind them. And their businesses are directly across the street from their houses. So you've got Charmy's bookstore and Cindy's boutique. Behind them is some public beach access and then a more private beach area for Kat, whose house is behind that beach area. Kat also has kind of a secluded area where people don't really, the street is kind of blocked off. You can still get to her house, but it's just not super accessible like other places. She has her own little private beach access, pond, access to the lake behind the house, little garden out front, and she lives near Lily, which is her like best friend. In front of Lily and Choco and behind Charmy and Cindy's businesses is another community garden area, but more for viewing pleasure and not necessarily for flower picking or anything like that. You have macaroni in the center with the town bulletin board, and then the multi-purpose building, which right now is housing Morgane's potion challenges. And then on Lily's property, you also have Graham's Bakery and Choco, who I mentioned earlier. Graham's Bakery is also kind of central to the town just because bakeries are warm and cozy and inviting, and who doesn't love a good pastry? Behind the bakery, you have Champ and Goosey's area. You've got Champ's house, his food truck, Goosey's Museum of Art, their statue kind of commemorating their broship. And so they've got their own space back there. By the tower, tucked back in the woods, you've got Morgane's house and her little cauldron kind of like in the woods in her own space. And from there, you have access to MOD, which stands for the Museum of Odd. And these are all the things that Morgane accidentally created while experimenting with her potions and such. And at the entrance of Mod, you have her apothecary, and these are things that she was more intentional about creating that can be purchased by Vale residents and things of that nature. And all of this is through a little path in the woods, tucked away. And next to Morgane and also near Arabelle and Brutus is the Rose Garden with the tunnels, because technically the Rose Garden is Arabelle and Brutus's story. However, it's kind of got this like dark gothic-y magical vibe, which kind of fits Morgane, so I put all of those together. And then you have Arabelle and Brutus's courtyard and their little bench and their home and their special tree. But yeah, this is my Vale before the upcoming Seismic activity takes place. And I just really adore how everything is placed to tell a story or a relationship or based on their character, personality, or quirks, and what I think they would really want and where they would really desire to be or how they would want things laid out in real life.